doing some full body circuit training today. Starting off with something that involves the kettlebells and the landmine. With the kettlebells, doing a deadlift row, a staggered deadlift row. Going for 8 each hand. On the deadlift, I'm really feeling it on the, so if it's with the right hand, I feel it more on the left leg. I'm really focusing on a good hamstring stretch and glute contraction. I messed up a few reps there. No matter. Going into some side-to-side landmine swings, hitting the core and the shoulders. Going for 10 each side. And then with the kettlebell again, doing this alternate curl, but using using some kind of belt that allows it to move along the kettlebell and doing alternate curls with it. Going for about 5 sets of that. But yeah, that's the first circuit. So for the next circuit, doing cleans with the landmine, so 2 kinds of sideways cleans. So the first clean looks like this. Sticking with the same arm the whole way through. Going for 5 each hand. Then moving on to sideways cleans. Switching arms at the end of the clean. For the kettlebell movement, doing side to side, I guess towel grip swings. Using the obliques, a little bit of the biceps, a little bit of the shoulders, a little bit of the glutes to generate the strength to swing and to absorb the momentum and redirect it.
How's it going?
But yeah, that's what's happening next. So for the next circuit, I'm doing landmine chest presses. Looks like this. Trying to get a full extension or full stretch of the chest, letting my elbow touch the floor. I'm doing a few extra reps on the left hand. I'm gonna stick to 10 on the right. Where's this? Supersetting that with medicine ball slams side to side. Going for 10 each side of that. But yeah, that's the third circuit, third or fourth, can't remember. So for the next superset, sticking with landmine chest presses but changing the angle, going for facing forward. I feel a really good stretch in the chest and a really good squeeze, which is why I'm choosing to use the landmine. It also allows a full stretch of the chest, and I don't know, for whatever reason, the stretch and the squeeze feel a lot different and better than with any other kind of resistance that I've used in the past. And so I'm just trying to see how this looks, or how it would feel, or how it would translate into chest gains if I included these over a long period of time into my training. For anyone who's been following along, it's not been too long since I've started doing these landmine chest presses, and I'm really curious to see how my chest development changes as I include more of these in my training. supersetting that with one arm alternating dumbbell rows with or kettlebell rows. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. So, moving into some Landmine exclusive movements. The first thing that I'm doing is a kettlebell single arm Zercher hold stiff leg deadlift. So it looks like this. I'm having the kettlebell around my forearm, kind of like if it was in a Zercher position, but only at one arm at a time. And then I'm going down into a stiff leg deadlift. Going for 8 to 10 each side. From the side it looks like this. Going for a full stretch of the hamstrings, trying to get my forehead to touch my knees. Switch hands. One of my problems with regular Zercher lifts is it's usually both arms at the same time with a barbell. And because of my imbalances between the left and the right side, it usually triggers an exaggeration of them. And so I'm liking this one arm variation of it. Moving into some suitcase staggered squats, but also a deadlift because I'm pulling it from the ground. It looks like this. Staying on my toes the whole way through. And letting the kettlebell touch the floor. Going for 6 each side. Feels really good on the quads, especially when you come to a dead stop at the bottom. Moving into some abs and hip flexors. So abs, hip flexors, and the tibialis. For the tibialis, I'm doing tib raises with kettlebells, putting the handle around the tip of the feet, or like around the base of the toes, or whatever that's called. Going for about 15 reps each leg. Letting the kettlebell suspend fully to stretch out the tib as much as possible, and squeezing at the top. Pretty much similar to any other weight training exercise. And then if I'm close to hitting failure, I'm not opposed to doing like a few partials to take it to absolute failure. Switching legs. The tib runs along the side of the, the tibia bone, and the tibialis muscles on the side. So I don't know, it helps knowing where things are to connect with it mentally. If you're having trouble connecting with any muscle group, try looking at an anatomy chart and finding where that muscle actually is. At least personally, whenever I have to connect with a muscle, being able to visualize an anatomy chart in my head helps connect with it. Then moving into some hip flexor and abdominal work, having a relatively light kettlebell attached to the foot again, having one leg on the surface, and I'm going to bring this to my chest. Going for 10 each side. You should feel this in the hip flexor and the lower abs. But yeah, I'm gonna do a few more sets of this before I head to the sauna.